Hey, how's it going?
You look great.
Thank you, you too. You know, I really love the way Team Liquid came back on that map.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It reminds me of you, the way you came back.
Oh yeah? Where?
To Cobblestone, the palace that we're going to run away to. And the last map of tonight, Cobblestone, CLG and Liquid.
I want to see that one. I want to feel Elige just take over.
The way he did on that second to last round.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what? This game's mine. All right? I'm going to take it away. I'm going to bring it into my house, all right? Cobblestone, my house.
I wonder what the odds are for this game. I mean, after that last game, I might have predicted CLG to win, but oh, well, there they are. That's
well,
great.
Wow,
right
that's the Betway odds over here.
And it looks like people are actually going to be. This is weird. I remember CLG actually had worse odds in the last game than on this one. So I guess people are kind of remembering that Cloud9 game earlier this week. I remember Cloud9 got only one round on their CT side, and it was a force buy, I believe.
Impressive.
So I think this is going to be a good map. I think Stan is on point today with his calling and his fragging. He was top fragging as IGL, which is something you don't see very often in the NA scene.
So IGLs, take notes. Watch the replay, watch the demos, see what he does. Because if he's top fragging IGL in the pro scene, I mean, you got to be pretty good to do that.
Yeah, no, Stanislaw is really laying down the law there.
Oh.
I think one thing I remember about Liquid's approach to this map is JDM is super good at opping B. It's pretty hard to op that statue area. You know, you got to dodge flashes and kind of jive around that small statue. And if people are going to be coming out drop zone, you have to have good communication with your other defenders on the site, right? It's kind of like, oh, they're coming out here first. Make sure people are looking at the correct angles. Maybe have somebody on that little cubby on the left of platform, you know, that new little cubby that they added.
The little nook.
So I'd be looking out for JDM on the CT side here. Hopefully he can step up. Elige also plays that sidewalk area to a T. He's super good at it. He's kind of like Phelps from SK, playing around the smoke, jumping up on the railing. Here we are. We're going to see that huge 4K at the end of the round.
Now, what's very curious about this is that Ricky did not help his teammate clear this area. I mean, the people in Z did not even know he was in this area, and so, I mean, it caused Elige. A smart move by Elige to kind of sneak up on through here, and this was pretty much the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that tilts you off the face of the earth there. You know, you have 4v2 advantage there. Look like you might be your way back into the game, and Elige just snatches it out of your hands with 4 kills in about 10 seconds.
Good old Elige. That's why he's considered one of the best players of the NA scene.
Yeah, I think it was Big Daddy Dazed said that he's one of the he's one of the 3 people that he's not played with that he would even entertain the idea of playing with, right? Because he just got unbanned from ESL events.
Yes.
I don't think we've talked about that very much. So it was Steel, Swag, Dazed, and AZK all got unbanned. So it might be an interesting future here.
I want to see them, you know, play together.
I don't think they're going to be on the same team. I think there's a little bit of baggage there with.
Oh,
Steel.
you mean the whole scene?
He's really easy to get along with, so I'm actually really surprised with that.
Well, unfortunately for him, unfortunately for the casters, as we got over here, we got Laundry. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you guys that, but is it sticking? Is the Laundry sticking?
Yeah. Yeah.
Should use more dryer sheets then.
Wait, that is our name.
Is it really? I hear clapping in the background. I like that. I don't know if I'm going crazy or not. I don't know if it's a stream.
Wait, I don't hear any clapping. What are you talking about, Eric?
Clapping? There's
I
an
hear it
audience
again.
here.
Yeah,
You're not going crazy. You have been crazy.
I'm
for
going
a long
crazy.
time.
But tell us, what do you think? What's going to happen here in Cobble?
I can't help but feel like Liquid are just kind of hitting their groove at this point. Again, we see them really turn back on once they are able to get that double op set up towards the end of the first half on Train. They really, really cement themselves with their lead, and then CLG never really kind of bounce back from that. So I just have this gut feeling like that's going to translate over to Cobblestone, especially since that's a map that Liquid have been known to play well.
Yeah, and it's just like, it has me questioning everything about the last map. After the comeback, I'm like, did CLG play that well? It was 9 rounds. It's because they won the pistol, because, you know, this and that. And they did have a lot of good things to say about them, but like Stanislaw, as James pointed out, was getting round after round 2 kills on the inner bomb site, and then also calling such a good T side for their comeback. Like every time I wanted them to pay attention, a little bit of attention to Ivy or just sell kind of a distraction there, he went and did it, and then they hit inner at the right times. They played their anti-ecos just as all the mistakes I pointed out about CLG's anti-eco Stanislaw did the opposite when he went outside. He didn't send an extra person Ivy. It's just like everything he did made so much sense to me, you know, such a merited comeback.
Yeah, again, that's what it was. It was the comeback because it was a 9-1 score at one point, right, to the favor of CLG. But I think I'm in the same boat as you in the sense that once Liquid got their score back and once they were able to bully CLG so effectively, I started to reflect back on the rounds that CLG were actually able to win. As you mentioned, they've got the pistol, they hard reset Liquid after that little fumble in the opening few rounds, and then even that spree of victories, well, there's a lot of rounds where everyone for CLG die. There's a lot of rounds where they just irk away with the clutch. And so there were certainly some questions left over at the end of that opening map. But what's not in question is the start of map number 2, the final map of this week, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for being here. It is Kusta over towards the platform, spotting bodies as the T-sides start to push in. Rick A, having felt that pressure, wants to fall back, but he's actually caught in the open. Elige able to get the headshot and push in. Kusta gonna respond with one of his own, but he gets gushed up as Cutler finds a frag and a 4v3. Hitting the brakes a bit as the T-side will redirect down highway. Twists, executes 2. Ethan, Finesse, all that's left.
Man, I have to wonder what Ricky's decision-making was there, but this round isn't over. Oh my gosh, what is that plant spot?
Ethan's gonna gobble that one up. Finesse is just gonna hold the line, so it's Ethan who's kind of pinned in, and he keeps giving himself up. Twists force him out with a headshot and a 3K. Finesse yet again in a clutch position. Twists covering the plant as Stanislaw's on statue. And Finesse is creeping in. He's going to get a little bit of an angle, but Twists takes it back. 4 frags, 4 headshots, and an opening round for Liquid.
What a monster. All those kills were so sick. And here it is, him coming around, getting that first kill. Second one's right after. Yeah, instant headshot, picks up the USP, and then starts converting. Oh, man, beautiful stuff. But I don't know what JDM was thinking planning there. I also wonder why Ricky, after he challenged along B-plat, decided to fall off, like continually fall off. Like, why not stay at the stairs, take that headshot angle? What was his goal there if he wanted to peek along B? Did he? What was his end game, you know? Maybe he wanted to get the chicken cubes, the only thing I could think. But it sucks when you just die on your way back to nowhere.
Great flashbangs allowed for that. Finesse wants to fight, will boost over the ledge, but JDM wants to jump back. He does take the kill. Also takes a couple of shots to his helmet. So some damage dealt, but no losses yet for Liquid as they double down on this one.
And again, I'm using these MAC-10s to get information. Nice headshot from Cutler. They're still going to take A in spite of this. Cutler, they know, is very hurt. Stanislaw is going to hear the rotates out of the sight. He's going to quietly follow along here. Rick A is kind of kiting him without realizing it and expecting someone to come out along, surprisingly. There it is.
Yeah, he read that Stan was going to throw something his way, but
right.
Little does he realize it had already happened.
Yeah.
So, nicely done by Stan. Multiple rounds, both here on Cbble now and also back on Train, where he would be the player to put himself on the opposite side of the map and just try to catch players off guard.
Yeah, there's always the question of where is your IGL best? Where can you use them, get the most information, where's the most useful, and if there's a problem of like looking at radar, telling people what to do, where should your IGL be? And some people think in a default, whereas like there's some kind of 3-1-1 usually, that the IGL should be with the 3 people so they get the most immediate information and control the most people, but then that's usually like a frag heavy situation, whereas the lurker might be able to take his time, listen, not have to take frags, or fights, excuse me, and I quite think that like a lurker is in a good position to call as long as his teammates giving him information properly.
Just looking to sweep this one quickly under the rug is Liquid. Very little resistance from CLG. And you can't blame them. Invested bare bones minimum. Ethan with the P250 is able to grab 1 kill, but then Twists clears him out. So the flank is all that remains. And Twists, he's wary of it. Finds the head of Kusta already. It's all on this last Deeg.
Cutler on the stroll. It's gonna be waited for. Twist finds a cute off angle. to fight him off. We move into round 4 with Ricky on the op. Kusta on the op as well. And again, prevalence of the double ops on Cbble CT side. We've seen it be very effective. Kusta actually gets a Zeus as well. I think they changed it so that the knife and Zeus have, or the knife has priority over Zeus.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
That's a super nice
Because when you
change.
press 3, you expect to pull out your knife.
Yep. That's the kind of change that makes me want to buy more Zeus.
Counter-Strike go.
Yeah. We've done it. All the problems are fixed. I pull out my knife. But it's Liquid who want to pull out a pit onto the bomb site. Just charging forward already and meeting a lot of resistance in the form of flashbangs. Everybody's blind, but that goes both ways. Good pull of the defense, that was. Keeping 3 CTs over there as immediately Liquid go barreling back to B. And back again.
Yeah, making a lot of noise going back, not leaving anybody would, just as you thought, fool anyone into thinking that it was going to be a B hit. But it seems like maybe they just thought it was going to be a flank as they continue to put pressure. Not much to counter-nade here. Ethan does have a Molotov. This could be big. Smokes are going to come out. That Molly should come out in response. Yeah, it's going to delay.
Ethan's going to be up close. Nitro does get in. He's fully blinded, still takes the headshot. Ricky takes the trade, and that's both ops up close. Kusta falls to the headshot of Elige as Ricky burns alive. Cutler able to find some kind of a response, but he's on that long flank, trying to force his way to platform. Now he's all that's left. Easy cleanup. Liquid ambiguous in the fact that they move back and forth that whole round. But when they stick it to them, they go through and through.
That was a little bit weird. That's an op in Kusta, and that's an op in Chicken Coop. And those are the only 2 people supporting Ethan who dies first. So, unfortunately, Ethan dies first, even though the person who killed him was completely blind. So maybe he gets that kill. It's a little bit of a different story. But why are there 2 ops in B? Why are the 2 ops in B the first rotates? Why isn't the op holding down A until they execute this? Certainly going to have the bomb, or they know they have the bomb, and then an extra rifle there to make use of. And Ricky got a kill, but that was it. Kusta was op and pizza. Spin was real close.
Towards Matrix is another CT, so Nitro's going to block that off. That's going to allow for them to fixate on Ricky, who, yes, has a Zeus.
I mean, you know he's there.
Every time. The confetti makes it that much better. That should be permanent.
Yeah.
So they get something done on this eco, but
It might be based on how much Counter-Strike gets updated.
That's true. The anniversary's over. It's still here.
Laughing, crying emoji.
Yeah. Yeah. My goodness. Cutler. He'd love for a fight. He's seen nobody. Team Liquid are content to allow him to come look for it. So, Liquid to the 5-0 start. Very convincing. Can't help but feel like once we get a couple more rifles into CLG's hands that they should be able to put up a better defense. Maybe, especially if they put them inside the B site and not just their oppers. Again, you alluded to how that really helped the crumbling of the bomb site.
Yeah. Like to see if they decide to do that again. Or if they decide to only use... It didn't seem like they used them properly just right off the bat. Like, that's the first thing you notice. 2 rifles end up being the later frags that come in. And, obviously the most important thing that happened this round. Coming up in quarter speed.
The anticipation's killing me.
Yeah.
If only he had gotten the AK, because he obviously tries to pre-fire with that USP, but had that been a rifle, there would have been a chance for another frag. But the double op setup comes back out in the hands of CLG. Of course, we see Kusta over here on long, Cutler by his side, and then we've got Ricky over towards Statue on B side. So the snipers are split.
See, what I think is going to happen with the way that they're playing is Kusta's going to fall back, Cutler's going to be stuck in danger, and then the rifle is going to be the last rotate to B if they do go B, but it's going to be an A play. So
for now, Kusta can just hold that cross on the half wall. As long as Cutler stays alive, he might actually spot the op. He does, but he takes a shot to the leg, down to 23 health, and he forces his way in.
That was kind of messy.
JDM takes it. Finesse cleared from the corner as Kusta's sectioned off. Ethan finds Stan, so no lurk to deal with, but the bomb site's been lost. Ooh, big frag as he looks back down the stairs. JDM could take this. Nitro catches Ethan. That's one rotator down. Kusta nearly sees it, but instead he's robbed blind. So Ricky will move away. That's 6-0 the start here for Liquid.
Yeah, that A hit really works well for them. That smoke obviously played a huge factor in denying anyone who's playing long, in this case Kusta, from being able to have a crossfire with the connector rotator. And for them to come up that fishbowl and get in the site without having to check their right is such a big benefit to them. So that justifies them having so many people down there. Now it was 2 people, including Cutler, who were meant to watch long and also lower A. And Cutler kind of messed up just individually. It was like a little bit sloppy, ended up getting P250 in the side of the head. Tried to even flash to chase the kill, and I think then once the smoke, maybe he knew the smoke came down in front of Kusta and was like, I can't be useful unless I push through here. But a little bit of mistiming, a little bit of mix-ups and whiffs made it kind of a messy performance.
So we'll have that one single sniper for CLG. Oh, and Ethan takes a shot to the chest already. Elige looks to force his way through. Ricky with a collateral, that's huge. Kusta's gonna take their place, but Elige finds him here and now. Ricky with a 3rd kill already in this round. But JDM seeks to stabilize as Stan will drop that op. Just down to the pistol players. And cowering behind that rock is Finesse. Cutler goes to cross, and Finesse is gonna be able to trade, so Stan needs to clutch. Minute to play with. Finesse caught in the open, his back turned, his chances ripped away.
I have to wonder why Finesse had his back turned in that situation. I mean, I guess he didn't expect Stan to walk that whole way, but he was last seen drop. The bomb is in B site, and solid 3K from Ricky. But yeah, Ricky dies to Stan top drop. So unless he makes noise and drop. Oh, did Stan do drop bait?
We didn't catch it.
Oh man, that would be nuts actually if he did that. I don't know if we can grab that, but that's the only reason that Finesse would have to walk back, because he'd be able to hear it.
Yeah, for sure. Regardless of that outcome, CLG are back into the bye. 7 rounds straight for Liquid. Roasting JDM. Ethan's actually going to get pushed in here. I like this. Not shying away from any kind of an aggression.
Drop control about to be taken. See how many people go down. Potentially only 1, but we have 2 from Liquid pushing up long. Curious what their course of action is. Got as much control, about as much control as you can ask for. I like that CLG, as you mentioned, still continually testing long B.
Liquid are on the cusp of the push. Utility being baited out as we hit that 30-second mark, so bomb could still go towards either site.
Yeah, they've got their options open. Oh, misses.
Nice peek from Cutler, but Elige almost shuts him down. Nice 2K, locking down that A site, but the bomb still has the route towards B. Ethan sprays off of Highway as Liquid open it up, but Finesse can stop the cross. There's 10 seconds to the clock, and JDM's on statue. Twist's able to get this plant, so now they need the retake. Finesse forces the fight, and it's all down to the 1v3. First frag onto the offer, but he gives himself up. Finesse still towards site. Nice positioning, Twist doesn't see it coming.
I think Twist expected him to be pushing through rectangle, around rectangle, and went for the 50-50 and was like, I can get this door guy right now, and hopefully Finesse is coming around back, and therefore I avoid Finesse as well. And you got to make those, you know, risk assessment choices in situations like that. But this is super nice. I mean, he heard for a second that Elige was moving, but it was good on Elige to try to capitalize that quickly. But there it is, 7-1. CLG win, a very legitimate round. And I guess I assume that Liquid out the gate were trying to do an A-split through drop.
And that one side gets sectioned off.
Yeah.
Thanks to Reltuck.
So appealing.
Fire and a flash, and Finesse gets removed off the windowsill.
That's weird. He was like looking down, but there was fire. It didn't look like he was blind either.
Oh, and JDM threw something while outside of the door. Maybe had a very tight angle. Could have been a head boost. Something crazy. Cutler, he's going to be tested yet again. Does spray and drops that bomb. Wants to move over onto long as the T-sides come flooding in. Nitro makes some noise, and JDM will TK. But Elige restabilizes. Has to go grab that bomb. There's plenty of time here. Ample opportunity.
Stan has the entire big flank cut off completely. And he's standing at the perfect choke point where it can't even be like a giant flank. There's just no way. Bomb's gonna go down. Ricky's obviously hoping they shuffle back to B, but they don't. Now he's in what's basically an unwinnable 1v3. No flashes, no smokes. Just a kit and a nade. And yeah, might be weird to try to attempt this, to be honest. Considering their position, they're about to get reset. I mean,
yeah, this op's invaluable.
Yeah. Won't see this thing for another few rounds. If they lose it here.
Knows that Elige is up close. Gonna turn it to a shotgun. And the gut punch to Elige will connect. But he's still pinned in.
Yeah, he's worried about Stan, which I guess is smart. He's been flanked before.
This time he's gonna hang on, so there we go. Team Liquid, an immediate reset versus CLG. Here's that shot from JDM. We'll see how he worked it out.
Oh my god, it's just a wall bang. Oh, peace, dude. Wow, that's really cool. And then a collapse.
All his kills are through something.
Yeah. They're all walls.
I mean,
him.
that kind of lineup onto the player peeking connector, it reminds me of when he removes the man off of A site on train, just like through that sliver of the ticket booth. Again, just lining up a very tight angle and making it work. I mean, that's what you want from oppers. You kind of talked about it earlier today, where you see that with smoke grenades, right? Feeling confident enough to shoot through spam,
yeah,
or to spam through smoke. Not the ham substitute. but that's one of those moments where he gets the kill because of it. And a nice flick here towards the B site. Finesse off the USP, will trade it. So getting something done as CLG have one gun now removed. So 2 pistols left, nowhere to be found. It's an easy round for Liquid.
Wow. Yeah, the whole idea is that, you know your angles. And confident oppers will obviously jump into crazy angles because they've peaked it a million times before. And they know that if they take time to adjust, they'll get killed, but they'll still do it because they're confident.
Nitro was patient for that one. Rick is rubbing off on Gusta.
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh!
Please, just what are you doing?
What are you doing, bud?
What are you doing? Alrighty, 9-1. So, Team Liquid, obviously they get that hard reset after CLG's 1 round. We saw the op in the previous, saved by Ricky. Had 0 impact. This time, all they can afford is a couple bells and whistles. And of course a Zeus.
A Zeus.
Does it play the exact same spot?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Because you can't, right?
Nah, you've already done it.
Just get under this execute? Is that what he's going to do? Oh, he's going USP first? Yeah, Zeus
Jump
coming
Zeus.
out. Jumping Zeus.
He's fully blind, gets no chance. Twist and Stan clear it out. Next man, Finesse, down for the count, as it is all on Kusta. Very fast round, as Liquid will secure the double Ds.
Less than 10 health between 3 people.
Yeah.
And look how much money saved. So I'm gonna buy some Amazon stocks.
Here we go, back to the double op setup. Now we saw them pull that out early on. We've seen a lot of teams utilize that here on Cbble this week. Kusta Cutler A. Rick A goes B. So the exact same positions by these AWPs.
It's good that they're spread apart. I would like to see if Liquid go back to A, do they mess up their rotations again? The big reason they're in a hole like this because they tried to double up, but they rotated maybe not optimally, I guess.
This is new.
Getting pretty aggressive. Yep. They're just gonna fall back now. Smokes on either side. They know they can hang out. They do risk getting spammed, but it seems like Liquid don't want to make noise.
Rick A opens up on long.
Oh boy.
JDM makes noise with the scope, so
Oh, it's
Cutler
gonna get
knows.
weird.
Gonna get freaky. Kusta ops up close. That's the ops paying off. Cutler able to trade it out as his sniper is removed. But it is the 4v2 to the favor of Liquid.
Oh, Twist kills Kusta.
Cutler. The man who had retrieved the sniper. Now, JDM. He's going to be able to block off connector. This will give some space for Twists. He wants to wrap that APC, but he's also got the bomb. Awkward spot. JDM's Molotov will block off Balk. Could force Ethan in. Finesse will be distracted. That could be the headshot. It is. Twists doubles down. Ethan removed, and it's all on Rick A. 5 seconds to the clock as the USP hits the headshot. JDM is down, and Rick A continues, but Twists will seal the deal. A 4K for him, and another round for Liquid.
He's a game-changing player, man. The 4 kills just like that. I mean, this first one is such a Randy spray. Like, he got, I'm gonna say he went like he got lucky. He should have just tapped. That second kill, straight up winning a duel versus kind of a similar player to him, just like an explosive younger player. And then, you know, going out wide in these 1v1s sometimes good because you don't get free fire, you don't get boxed in. It's a very confident move, and you have to have a good aim to back it up. But sometimes it's better to do that than to wait for your angle to get closed in on, because you at least get the first couple of bullets off. Oh, what a deep hole CLG area. Double op's not worked, and they're constantly saving.
JDM patient on the angle, but not patient enough.
It feels like it happens more times than it doesn't.
He's wary of the flank. Shouldn't be, seeing as he has teammates pushing up there.
Yeah. That's really poor awareness. I don't know how that happens, actually.
Maybe he walked through smoke. There was no smoke.
It's carbon dioxide poisoning.
All right, Liquid. This should be a round for you any day of the week. 5v3, just the pistols, single Kevlar for Cutler. Alige removes him, and Finesse will trade. Doesn't want the gun, because his teammate should acquire that. He wants blood. And brains.
Bomb has been planted.
He thinks saving the only thing valuable.
His life?
In a That's a good point. It's not like real life, though. Get many, many chances.
Nice safe position. Did you know you can go in that truck over there?
I reckon I'd be a lot braver if I knew I'd come back 30 times.
Yeah.
I'm trying to live that life,
Yeah.
you know? See see what I can get done.
Take those risks.
Yeah. Oof. College funds for the whole team.
Make some investments after this half is done, if they can hang on. CLG. I mean, I see guns in their hands, and I can't help but feel like, all right, this is the round. Now they've got their chance. But how many times have they been in this spot only to lose these rounds? It seems like no matter what they throw Liquid's way, Liquid just slip through the cracks. Kusta's set up with a close crossfire.
Do like their lower A strat. Oh. Oh, both of them just right in between two players. The spacing really good from Liquid.
Nicely done as they just force their way through.
Oh, he's coming through.
Nitro doesn't see Ethan, who just reels himself back into cover. That's not going to stop the cross. Frag goes beneath him.
And stands in that same spot. Absolutely knows there's no big flank or huge flank. Like, picked a cool angle here.
They have nothing to worry about other than connector. That's a really tough bottleneck to get out of. So they'll save.
Oh, and then Stan's going to bully them. They're aware, though, that, you know, Stan's being obvious with this, but he's not lurking on this strat, actually. I think he'll only become a lurker if they lose players, but they're fully aware that he's going to come from behind, and probably soon. There's Ricky, wow, even ready for it.
Can't even stop him. Stanislaw.
Oh, boy.
Peppering finesse as well. Sits on 22. Two players about to barrel through. Make it 3. Twists. Takes the headshot. Liquid take the round. And that's just a little 12-point lead to work with.
Man, that's so nuts. Dropping one op, and gonna be picking up Thomas's. They're, huh, yeah. I wonder if that op is the difference between like 2 M4. They have no M4, it's just like really relying on this. I think Ricky might be the right man to have it though. He has been explosive.
The round that he did have the one op before, he did get 3 kills. Now this time, it's coupled with some guns. Ricky gets aggressive. Traded back by Twist, who hits the 2K. Ricky still is posted, but he's also fully blind. Not gonna get much done from there. Fire. Burns him out.
Oh.
Damage dealt. Sits on 14 health and has to fall off. Stanislaw again in a prime position.
This is why I'm the #1 Stanislaw in America. I don't even know how he got here.
He walked. This is all going to come down to Cutler. You know eventually Liquid are going to collapse into the A site. He's going to need a godlike play. Terrorists start to clump. We praise their pacing and spacing. He is able to spray for one. The next 2 near line up. But Stan should execute Ricky with ease.
He's gotta be so mad. Every time Stanislaw looks on him. And he knows it's coming too. Oh boy, what a half.
You could say that, Twist.
What a half.
Thank you, Launders. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, a very lopsided affair. Will you see the comeback of the ages? Only if you stay tuned here at ESL CS. We'll see you guys in a little bit. This game's yet to end. Don't go too far.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Welcome back, my friends, to the ESL Pro League, where we just saw a very lopsided half.
Yeah.
But it could have been worse.
Yeah, slightly.
14-1 the score for those of you guys just joining us. You might not be joining us for long, or you're about to watch the comeback of a lifetime. Launders, I don't even know what to ask you. I'm going to be honest, that was just very controlling here for Liquid. I mean, multiple times we saw Stanislaw finding impact later on. Even those moments where, you know, CLG, they've given up on the round. They just want to retreat. They just want nothing to do with the gameplay. Stanislaw doesn't let him. Stanislaw. So, yeah, making it very hard for CLG. They're unable to get very much done. Unlike over on Train, where we saw those very close moments just always going their way, it seems like this time, anytime they get their foot in the door, the entirety of Liquid just slam that door shut.
Yeah. Oh man, you guys couldn't see the animation.
I was very aggressive.
Took the door and slammed it, yeah.
144 ADR.
1 ADR per hertz.
Oh, that's the key. Get a good monitor. Oh man.
No, not even over 10 kills for anyone on CLG.
Nope. Tough spot to be in. Huh. I mean, it's for this reason that when I look at Liquid, just on paper, right? Like throw any of their results or shortcomings out the window. I look at Twist and I look at Elige, and I just think like that's such a lineup that could just go off.
Yeah.
And then you throw in a guy like Nitro, who has this really nice synergy with players. You put a player like JDM, who's had like historically some really good op sprees and streaks throughout his career. And then you take, you know, Stanislaw, who you said yourself you're the #1 fan of. So it's just a lineup that every time I see it, I can't help but feel like it should be really successful. It should be this successful.
Yes.
And now they're giving something for us to praise.
They should be the best team in North America. They got like the IGL who can frag, which is just so invaluable right now. Just like we don't have any IGLs that can do that. I love Stanislaw's approach to the game. He says that, you know, he doesn't think IGLs should have the excuse that they don't get to kill, that they don't kill people. He said he spends time in DM playing and thinking about his individual skill just as much as he does his team. And it's like, when you consider that if one player doesn't exist, if one player has like 20 ADR, you're gonna lose like every single match. And if one player has, and that same player has 80, and that's supposed to be your weakest player, then you're going to win matches you're not supposed to win, even if your strategy isn't that great. So, you know, I think the balance there makes a lot of sense, and I just don't think there's an excuse in a game that's literally a point-and-click adventure to not worry about your individual skill.
A point-and-click adventure. That's how you'd put it?
It matters. You got to click on people.
That's very true. And he is clearly capable of that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, you take the #1 fragging IGL of North America, you throw him with what some people will argue is the best player in North America of Elige. Throw him then next to Twist, who a lot of people argue is the #1 upcoming star as far as these young guns, right? Guys like Ethan are capable of putting up kills, and you praise them when you consider their inexperience.
Yeah.
But Twist is there at the forefront. They have all the pieces to make this puzzle.
I think so, yeah. They've got it all. And I mean, JDM might not be doing too hot recently or whatever, but you know that he plays well in high pressure situations. Like he did play well at majors, which is very important to know. And you can't find that out about a player until it's too late sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So
I also think he's a player that can really come to life when everything's working around him. And that's what we now expect from Liquid. So time could be all they need. The last piece of the recipe as Ethan hits the headshot over on the platform. Kusta towards the forefront, wants to take Elige, and he will. So all of a sudden, CLG could be doubling their round count unless Nitro goes ham over on the highway.
oh boy, I know he's there.
Yeah, JDM with 1 frag. That's something here for Liquid. Stanislaw goes jumping through the smoke, and Cutler waits for it. So it's going to need a big clutch from the sniper himself.
Oppers should be good with pistols. They rely on them a lot. That was a nice flick from FNS to prolong this game. This will be a true test to see if, you know, are they getting completely outplayed, or, you know, if Liquid can pull back the eco. Oh, they're not even playing this really properly right here. I mean, they could technically eco and no one would criticize them for it, but are not getting armor. So I guess they don't have a plan to win the round that way. And here's a bunch of people that want to fight them at a Kusa. Nice angle.
Whew.
That's a quick round.
Later. Move it along.
Yeah.
Get to the next one. Now they buy frags. I anticipate.
Long B.
Yes. Maybe I'm just predictable.
Maybe drop. It's going to be a hard read, for sure. We'll see.
Timing of the nades.
Oh boy.
Not yet thrown. They might just wait until they see something, some kind of an indicator.
Yeah, let's see. The CLG do like walkouts, but... Oh! Might see an opportunity here.
Stanislaw gets peppered as the players pry towards drop. Frag grenades start to rain out, but they weather this storm. Ethan toppled as Ricky up close will find 2 and 3.
4K.
Noise.
Well done. The nades were just a little bit too late, I think.
You can see it brewing. This is their chance here and now. A buy with all the trimmings.
Nitro, the only silenced player on the team. Can never drop him.
JDM the only op. CLG with the 5 AKs. Right away.
Stan's playing long A, and I think he's already used his smoke, I think because of all that pressure, so he can't really stick around and wait to see people. He's going to have to run away a little bit sooner. As for Nitro, oh, Stan's actually going to go down here. Oh, with Nitro, okay. Looks like the timing's good.
Nitro's ready to support Stan. Then again, Nitro's attention could get pulled away. We've seen already lots of pressure on this bomb site.
Yeah, you can't really stand in the door for too long. CLG getting set up for A. Liquid have no info on long B.
Frag grenade goes in, flash to follow suit. Here comes Stan. Ethan checking the wrong corner, but it does go quickly, traded back. Doubling down is CLG as they want to entry in. Twists already jumping from Balk, gets closer towards the site and tags Kusta with a shot. Sees the opening and makes his move, but Kusta clears the man to his side. And there we go. It's all to JDM. Able to find Cutler in a 1 versus 4, but he has no kit. He should have no chance in this round. It's ripped from him as Finesse will take another round for his boys on CLG. That's 5.
Save up for Liquid. Not sure how Nitro died. Obviously, being the support for Stan in that situation was huge. He had to watch long. Probably a nice peek, basically, coming out from long to clean him up at truck, and Stan going only getting 1 kill. I think he might have been able to let them pass by, but sometimes people double check, or they, sorry, check both sides, I should say. And you can't really risk that. Once again, the B stack to be met with a whole bunch of players.
Ricky looks to lead the charge. Liquid are initially doubled up on this angle. Elige is to the top side. Things could get dangerous. Immediate dink, but a headshot right back. There's Elige chiming in with a kill. Ethan with the trade, but Nitro does the same. Kusta to follow suit, finding a 3v2. But again, Liquid capable of responding. And with CLG retreating towards the A site, this opens up an opportunity for them to grab some guns.
Oh my gosh, are they coming back? And Liquid are just getting guns. They also are getting an op. They're taking it slow as well.
They're not going to make some noise.
I think Elige will get spotted. Oh, he's not killed though.
He's pinned into the corner. The fire forces the fight. Cutler just burning alive.
Die.
12 health as he finally gets out of the flames, and Stanislaw himself.
He has half armor. He has a molly.
And he has
he heard them both drop.
Very real chance. Cutler all the way towards Coop. This would be a massive upset to secure OT. The bomb's been thrown away. Stan.
Oh, he's going to kill him.
Ignites the site. There's the kill on the bomb itself. Finesse is all that's left. He's playing towards the plat, and he'll save the day for CLG. A massive opportunity made off of only a couple of pistols and sets of Kevlar with it. CLG taking a deep breath after that one.
Yeah, that could have been such a huge play from Stan. It was a good attempt. Was this a leash? Yeah, it was, right?
Yeah.
Nice one. And they do have a buy to look forward to as well. Getting low is one thing. CLG aren't going to be too worried about that. It's going to be about closing it out. And Liquid are going to be here on a pretty standard setup. Nitro took a ton of damage just now. Interesting boost over the corner of long A. Not showing their whole body.
So many targets here, though.
Oh, boy. This is... Oh, boy. This is a precarious spot.
They are able to retreat with all of their lives. So all they take is some damage to Nitro. Still sitting in the 5v5. CLG slowing things down. Smoke will allow for Stan to spam. Then he walks away. I feel like I haven't seen that since VP pulled it out first time in the major. And now it's been in every single game this week.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. At least other teams are employing it. You like that. Twists takes 2 headshots, though. He's had enough. Slays them where they stand. Leaves the rest of CLG to creep into A. Kusta with the bomb on long. Rike removes Stanislav from the cannons. Nitro responds back. So now CLG are just fixated in. And there we have it. Liquid secure OT.
How's the money? It's actually kind of low. I mean, we're going to have drops here. And here's Twist handling both sides of this pillar as they came out of drop. The 2 players to kind of look for him in a position where he'd be crouching, looking up. Just continuing his rampage from the first half. 25 and 9 now. Monster stuff. Before he started the half, however, no one from CLG had more than 10 kills. Now we've got one with 16. Getting up there. Mollies and counter mollies. For every smoke and molly, you know that there's a person.
Smoke grenades on site. JDM feeling the heat. It's going to move on to the statue. Flick shot astray. CLG just looking to still continue in. JDM and Nitro, the ops pay off, but Rike and Kusta are, they're swinging it back. Up close, Kusta shall survive. Molotov indicates another player here, both of which now posted. Stan to the rock, takes it for Liquid, and they will seal the deal. A very convincing first half in a 14-1 score. 5 rounds swung back by CLG in that second half, all of which off the pistol, but that's all it took. 7 rounds later, after that first half, we've got a win for Liquid.
Well done. What more is there to say? You had the 14-1 half, you move into the second round. Liquid played it properly. It was interesting that they didn't decide to force up in the second round of the first half.
Yeah.
Second round of the second half.
They really wanted that full buy when it came full circle, but they had to wait for their second large buy in order to win. But enough from us. We're done here. We're going to throw it over to the boys on the desk.
Yes, you are done. Kick up the legs, have a good time, relax a little bit. Nice job again with the cast. That was a much different game than what we saw on the first map between these two teams. This was a beatdown by Team Liquid.
A blowout, a drubbing.
What do you have?
CLG almost erected a comeback.
All right. Goes for the erect.
It was looking that way for a few rounds, but as Launder said, you know, Liquid played it conservatively. They didn't force up, right? They wanted to wait for the full buy, give themselves the best amount of gun rounds with the highest chance. And I think I agree. That's why it's called playing properly, right?
Well, I mean, it also, we have to say this is another game where we've talked a lot about the young stars on both these teams, and obviously Liquid has an advantage there because Elige has been a star for a while, and he's still so very young. But Twist, monster game. He had 145 ADR at the end of the first half, something mad like that, 20-some kills. Incredible performance. We talked about Ethan yesterday in some of his games. Today it was all Twist.
Yeah, once that guy gets revved up, you're gonna have a hard time taking him down. He's one of those guys where, I mean, not only will he like guarantee winning one duel, he can almost guarantee winning 2 aim duels, right? It's like, yeah, I can win 1 aim duel, but Twist is on a whole nother level.
Yeah, he's fast becoming indispensable to this team, but let's not talk too much about the individuals because it's the system, it's the strategies that they play within that makes them successful. And Eric, you had a double fake from Team Liquid you wanted to talk.
So I was very interested in this round. As you see, it's really so fast in the round that they're rushing up middle. They're going to toss a bunch of nades. As you see on the radar, CLG will be over-rotating towards A. 4 people are going to hit this A bomb site. And now you see Team Liquid tossing nades. They're going to fall back into this B setup. And, you know, at first I thought, hey, maybe they're going to take B right away, but they actually slow down again, wait about 30 seconds, and then they retake B. And it's just a really nice over-rotation to make CLG stack at least 2 people towards A.
You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if they, out of T spawn, were planning to go back, right? It might have been one of those audibles where it's like, yes, like let's go fast mid. Remember, guys, you know, if we get top mid without getting like too many flashbangs, right? It's kind of like one of those things where it's like we have like a branch-based strat where it's like these likely things could happen to us, and we have kind of like a
contingency plans.
Yeah,
it's also a pretty cruel time to pull a strat like that on the 4th round when the CTs usually don't have all the economy they want to handle both of the bomb sites. Either way, you had something that you noticed from the matches the other day against SK that Team Liquid did again.
Yeah, so people who watched SK play Liquid the other day, Team Liquid tried to pull this strat out on them where they basically smoke off the end of A halls to the right of where Kusta just was, next to the wood stables, and they go all up the mid ramp. So the difference was yesterday that instead of Cutler playing in here, it was Fur on SK who was playing next to the wood, and he sees a smoke come over the top of mid, and he told Fallen that, and Fallen ended up pushing out in T mid and flanking Liquid. But instead, you know, there's a different setup here. Liquid ends up going up top mid, and they just secure the round. So it just shows you that, you know, how dynamic people can be on CT's side.
Yeah, and how strategies can be successful, or I mean, this is kind of an obvious one, I guess, but strategies can be successful against certain types of strats and just get destroyed by other types of plays that are being made. So it's not always about the tactic you're running; it's also about what your opponent is running as well. Either way, overall, pretty good game from Team Liquid, obviously. And James, you had one more actually. You wanted to talk about Cutler, a play he makes in mid that wasn't just the round that we saw.
Yeah. So this is a. You know, I kind of want to just go through like the decision making here. Actually, the main point of this strat is more Twists and his ability to just shoot at people's heads at a rate that's high more than anyone else. So right here, see the boost coming out in the A halls, trading kills, yada yada yada. Cutler gets away with 12 health, and look, he decides to turn left at the bottom of Danger and go towards T mid because I think he thinks JDM is hot on his heels. Might have been better if he went back towards the CT side slope, right? Because Twists come back. And I even turned to DeBears. We were off desk, we're looking at this, and I was like, I bet you that Liquid wins this round and Twist kills all of them.
It's a true story.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, wait, but he has the bomb. I wish JDM had the bomb. And I was like...
But that was a key smoke.
And then Eric's like, but it's Twist. It doesn't matter. And sure enough, Twist just ends up beasting them. Not going to take anything away from JDM. He throws a super important molly here. By the way, I highly prefer a Molotov there instead of a smoke. Anyone can just jump through the smoke. The Molotov completely hinders them. And Twitch just beasts everyone here. So, again, hats off to the young guy.
As we get into our final thoughts before ending the broadcast this evening, I mean, let's just touch on, this is a 14-1 half from Team Liquid on their terror side. Like, where was the main weakness that we saw CLG's defense? Like, what was the main thing that they were missing out?
You know, you could try to analyze this a lot from, you know, what they did, but it felt like to me that they were shook still from the last map. Like, instead of resetting, hey, new map, it kind of looked like they weren't playing the same sync. They weren't peaking together. You know, as you saw in the mid, you see Cutler peak once, and then Kusta would peak like right at, like in just weird timings. They just get ran over. Team Liquid was hitting their shots. They were moving together. They were fluid, and it just looked like CLG heads was not in the game.
Kind of like they didn't do. Remember you asked me before, what did they do going into this map? Like after having such a big lead mentally, you know, this must be really hard. I don't think they had, right? Like that's part of the in-game leader's job, or your coach is to notice when the mentality might be down and to at least say something, right? Because you know your players and you know what you have to say, right? Different words work for different types of personalities.
Yeah, didn't work today, obviously, for CLG. Regardless, that's the end of our matches for the day. If you missed any of them, or maybe you just paid attention to the main stream and you wanted to check out the B stream action, you can get all the VODs at youtube.com/ESLCS, exactly where you're watching the stream, so it's super convenient. How nice is that? And now we'll bring up the results of the games for this evening so you can see which games you might want to go back and take a look at, because we had some close games earlier. 16-19 loss for Immortals, obviously going into overtime. That might be one you want to take a second look at. 16-11 win for Immortals on the following map, and then Team Liquid goes 2-0 against a tough CLG tonight. Big victories for them. On the B stream, we had SK taking out Complexity 16-12, 16-8, and then Cloud9, the new look Cloud9. They even had Automatic back in the roster, so their full 5-man lineup moving forward. A narrow victory over NRG, and then a big loss on Mirage, 16-8 for NRG on that map. A little bit surprising there. James, it looks like you've got some work to do when you get back.
Yeah, I actually do. It'll be a late night tonight.
A bit of a bummer there, but let's bring up the standings. We'll see how things might have shifted. SK Gaming, just by benefit of playing the most games. Actually, they played 8 games this week. That's a busy week for them. Optic Gaming still 4-0. They've had some time off as their players move over to North America. Team Liquid jumps up. They were in 7th previously, now in 3rd. NRG is up there as well with that split with Cloud9, and then Misfits and CLG round out the top 6. And then I guess the notables that you have outside the top 6, Immortals, Renegades, Cloud9 just outside, knocking on the door. Tough week for Luminosity, a promising team from last season. Rogue, obviously, and Ghost, new move-ups are down there as well in those bottom 3 spots. Not exactly where you want to be whatsoever. Anything jump out?
I have one thing to say. Remember, it was Amanek's birthday yesterday. Remember
was,
they got the 2 close wins, and I was perusing the Twitter pages, and I saw Sean Garris be like, Amanek, happy birthday, great wins tonight. So happy birthday, Amanek. I will see you in Rank S, my friend.
Yeah, we meant to bring that up yesterday. That's our fault for that. Eric, any final thoughts as opening week comes to a close?
Fortunately for Luminosity, but it is still early in the season, so you can't give up. Keep on trying, guys. Put in the hard work. Get used to each other, you know? Yeah. If you have to do something kind of weird, hug it out, you know? Hug it out. And and thank you, James and Moses. You guys, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, you guys are great.
And we're gonna do more of this. I want to do more of this, okay?
Perfect. You guys look great, surrounded by a heart as well. That was nice.
Thank you.
Regardless, that's going to be the end of tonight's matches. That's going to be the end of matches for the opening week. Thanks for tuning in, guys. There's no matches next week. DreamHack Malmo is next weekend. Matches will resume again on Tuesday, September 15th. So tune in then. September 5th, excuse me. So keep your eyes out for that, and we will see you then. Have a good one.